Good morning. My name is Miss Melanie West, and I'm a 7th grade ELA teacher at Hubert Middle School. And today we will be doing the standard ELA GSE 7RL1, and that is cite several pieces of textual evidence to support analysis of what the text says explicitly, as well as inferences drawn from the text. And our learning target today, and that is in order to master the standards, you must be able to cite several pieces of textual evidence in order to support an analysis of what the text says explicitly, okay? And that's basically stating that you should be able to cite more than one piece of evidence to show your understanding of what the text says directly. The second target, you must be able to cite several pieces of textual evidence in order to support inferences drawn from the text, and that's making a logical assumption. Now, in order to make an inference, there is a formula you must follow. And that formula is similar to how we have, when we do math, you have adding and subtraction. Well, we have to add two key ingredients in order to make an inference. And the first piece is facts or information from the text. And we add that with your prior knowledge and or your personal experience. And when we add these two things together, we can make an inference. Now, we're going to watch Michael Jordan's flu game. And when we're watching this game, I want you guys to keep in mind the idea that we're trying to make an inference. We're going to use the information from the video as well as some of our background knowledge. And when we're watching this video, I want you guys to keep in mind this question and try to answer it, okay? How did Michael Jordan assist with defeating the Utah Jazz while being sick with the flu? So while we're watching Michael Jordan in this flu game, which is back in 1997, it was an epic game. I want you guys to think about how did Michael Jordan assist with defeating the Utah Jazz while being sick with the flu, okay?
No matter how sick I was, how tired I was, I felt the obligation to my team, to the Chicago, to go out, give that extra effort.
The big story here tonight, the story concerning Michael Jordan's physical conditions. This Jordan arriving about 2 hours ago. He is suffering from flu-like symptoms.
I always felt that Michael liked it best when it was the toughest odds against him. And while it's never really fun to be sick, it just added to the legend.
And Jordan trying to slip it, and then took it back and hit. So Michael Jordan, despite visibly shaken by the flu symptoms.
Isley starts his assault, gets it to Malone. Underhand layup, good.
Shot clock at 4. Morris. A fiery start for the Utah Jazz.
The first quarter was probably just to get some of the flu out, but you know, as the game go along, and you're a great player such as Mike, you're gonna find a way to get it done. And that second quarter, he caught fire.
Jordan puts moves on Hornacek. Flu symptoms. And the steal by Jordan. Putting behind the back on Russell. He turned it around. And fed it to Pippen. And pulled by Jordan. What a play by Michael Jordan.
He would do whatever he could to win the game. And if it took conning you, he would con you. Sometimes I myself always questioned how sick he was.
Jordan got the step. Jordan has tied the game at 63.
And Michael Jordan might have been sick, but he wasn't sick to play basketball.
Jordan, yes. Jordan fires for yes. And he did it in casual form. You get the idea he's having difficulty just standing up.
Oh, well, he's playing. He's unbelievable. But as soon as there's a stoppage in play, he's coming over to the bench for a timeout. He's just like, oh, and he drives.
The game tied at 85. 10 on the shot clock.
Yeah! They lead it. 38 points for the King. 88-85.
Classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan. Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz.
I was really tired. A great week. Somehow.
All right, so that was an amazing game. I remember back in 1997 sitting at my mom's house on a couch and watching that game, and oh my God, it was amazing. It still is amazing to this day. Now let's think about this question that I posed to you guys. How did Michael Jordan assist with defeating the Utah Jazz while being sick with the flu? And let's keep in mind that our goal today is to make us inference. And we stated that we had to have a formula, and that formula is facts, information from a text, and prior knowledge or personal experiences, and we can make an inference, right, to answer this question. So let's look at the first thing we can take from that video was that on the court, Michael played with full intensity. Okay, that's facts drawn directly from that video we just watched. The second fact or piece of information that we've learned and we saw through the video was Michael Jordan appeared to be physically shaken by flu-like symptoms. And then the third fact that we got from the video was he would do whatever it took to win a game. Okay, and then we jumped ahead of ourselves, but let's look at this right here. We had prior knowledge before this game about Michael Jordan, right? We knew that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, and I threw a hashtag in there, hashtag the GOAT, because he's the greatest basketball player, without a doubt. Now, he would do whatever it took to win the game, and people who are sick with the flu, they don't usually play or perform that well when they're sick. And I know you guys have been sick, I've been sick, and there's no way I can get out on the court and play that hard and guarantee a win for my team if I play basketball. So that's just, personal experience. We know people with the flu, they don't play that, they usually don't play or perform that well. Now, to answer that question, we can infer that while Michael Jordan showed signs of being ill, his passion for the game of basketball allowed him to push through to win the game. Okay? So we can make a solid inference that while Michael Jordan showed signs of being ill, his passion or his love for the game of basketball allowed him to push through to win the game against the Utah Jazz. Now, this is going to be for you guys at home with a partner, so go find your partner while you're at home. And once you find your partner, I want you guys to try to make inference on this question, okay? So, why do you think Michael Jordan collapsed into Scottie Pippen's arms? If you can recall the video we watched after he shot that last three-pointer to seal the win, Michael Jordan collapsed in Scottie Pippen's arm. So I want you guys to make an inference about why Michael Jordan collapsed into Scottie Pippen's arm. And you're going to support your answer with evidence from the text and background knowledge. I'm going to go ahead and put the formula up here for you guys. And I'm going to give you guys a minute at home to go ahead and think about why did Michael Jordan collapse into Scottie Pippen's arm. Okay, so hopefully you guys gathered all of your information, your background knowledge, your text from the video to make this inference. And your answer should look a little bit like this. Michael Jordan was very sick. He had lost weight and missed the last two practices. All of these factors contributed to Michael Jordan becoming tired and weak, ultimately leading to collapsing in Pippen's arms, okay? So we have these factors that he was very sick, he lost weight, and he missed the last 2 practices. Those were our textual information or the facts. And then we used the knowledge that he was definitely weak, and he played with full intensity, which resulted in him collapsing in Scottie Pippen's arm at the end of the game. All right, so let's take a look back at our learning target. Today, you guys were able to cite several pieces of textual evidence and supported an analysis of what the text said explicitly. You guys also cited several pieces of textual evidence in order to support an inference drawn from the text. And we all did that by finding facts and information from the text, that the video we watched. We use our prior knowledge as well as our personal experience when it came to the player Michael Jordan to make an inference. We learned that he helped defeat the Utah Jazz on the court because he played with full intensity. We learned that Michael Jordan appeared to be physically shaken by the flu with flu-like symptoms. He would do whatever it took to win the game. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all times, and he would do whatever it takes to win the game. And finally, people who are sick with the flu, they usually do not perform that well, okay? And that led us to make this inference of Michael Jordan. He showed signs of being ill, but his passion for the game of basketball allowed him to push through and win the game. Now, I have a closing activity for you guys to give you a little bit more practice on making inference. So let's look at this picture in front of you guys. And it's called the garbage bag mystery. When you're looking at here, I want you guys to think about the individuals that live here. And there were some rodents that rummaged through their garbage last night, okay? And they have all kind of trash just laying in their yard. And if you walk by, you'll see several of these items just laying on the ground. You'll see shaving cream, someone's math homework, diaper wipes, Girl Scout cookie box, shampoo bottle, some contact solution, a makeup bottle, Huggies, size 5, Sports Illustrated magazine, a Fortnite game case, some fast food restaurants, perhaps Wendy's or McDonald's, Burger King. We have some soda cans, and we have candy wrappers. Now, what I want you guys to do is look at these items that's found on the ground from this trash can. And I want you to try to make an inference as to who lives in this house. Can you determine or can you infer who lives in this house? And in order to do that, you have to remember the formula that we discussed on today, and that is facts and information from the text plus prior knowledge or your personal experience equals inference. So if you use this formula, you should be able to write a brief summary of who lives in this house. And you can take about 5, maybe 6 items to go ahead and infer who you believe lives in this house. All right, guys, hopefully you're making your summary and you're inferring right now who lives in this house, and that will be all for us today. You guys stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day.